Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris with me, Alfapiomega, and the Star Trek New Horizons mod, where we are playing the United Federation of Planets. So, I actually ended the last session without some proper ending, because I hoped to record more, but then I couldn't. So currently our biggest plan is to continue with the incorporation of the Xindi sector. But I wanted to take this moment to also answer two questions that have been put forward. One of them being if I can colonize the planets in the member world sectors. I actually think I can. There's one here. No, okay, so the answer is no. We cannot colonize planets outside our borders, but most likely the planet that was referred to wouldn't be colonizable anyway, because it has 15% colonization value. So that is by far too low. Too low for me and too low for all of our races. So that's not possible. The second question was perplexing me. There is supposed to be some independent system near Norcadia, and I actually don't know what system the questioner asked. There is there's Rittenhouse here, which is owned by Norcadian Harmony, which is one of our very friendly nations. Not our, but very friendly nations. But that's not independent. They got Rittenhouse, they got this one, Crooks, and they got, I think, here, Devora? No, that's Devora Imperium. So they got two systems. But if it was this one that was referred to, actually I think that's the same system, because this should be Rittenhouse. Has population 14 Norcadian, and we got in Norcadia 24 most Norcadian. So yeah, that's the same population. This was probably there before the World War enslaved them, but now it's just a number of systems. So we might want to ask these people, for example, to join us, but I don't think they offer protectorate status. We need to border them. We got a migration treaty with them. What else? Research treaty. So I don't see a reason or the possibility how to incorporate them into Federation. But as I said, once we get the Xindi Council, I'm gonna work on the Nausicans and Iridians. I think our relations with the Nausicans has improved significantly. Yes, their trust now is 45. They're still unfriendly, but that's to be expected. We're only gonna get it higher. We can't invite them into coalition right now because they would never join with us or the Xindi Council, but we will be able to eventually get them in. I think a proper massage of trade and other things would be probably working for that. So I'm gonna unpause the game and we can check our technology. We're still working on the dedicated phaser 3, which I'm looking forward to. We're working on the atmospheric manipulation. I'm really hoping that this will unlock the possibility for us to start terraforming some worlds. And there's an enhanced worker bees, which basically gives a repair aura. All ships slowly regenerate, and I actually really like this one. I think I might create a special ship that would be just like a repair sort of thing that would be joined with our fleets and help them in repairs. So some sort of destroyer probably that could help with that. But what's painful right now is our energy consumption. I really don't know what to do with this. The building upkeep, the starbase upkeep, the ship upkeep, the station upkeep, army, and there's no way how I can lower that. And we're actually draining on our minerals as well due to consumer goods and ship upkeep. We really need to increase our naval capacity, but I don't know how. I simply just don't know how, unless we get more worlds and more stations, and we really Well, we can, but the problem is that that costs minerals and upkeep in energy. So I'm really hitting the proverbial limit here. Okay, for example, Metro Station could be upgraded, and then it would get another naval depot. Yeah, I'll need to go that way. I'll need to get naval depots, and what are they called? The Naval Logistics Center, which will help. But yeah, it's just helping very slowly. Very, very, very slowly. And it's so expensive. Oh my god, it's so expensive. I think we do have research treaty with most of our member worlds, don't we? Migration, trade deal, yeah, trade deal, framework, beta Z. I'll need to literally suck my member worlds dry and make sure that I can somehow get them. I was also thinking if there are some, for example, sectors or planets like Trappist, which is already a sector, would be a good world to colonize and settle these two worlds, because they would allow us to get some extra energy, but these ones are very energy poor. So in the end, it does not really work. I wanted to check, because I played in my free time some other game of Star Trek New Horizons, and I noticed that in the expansion panel you can actually see this. So the Omicron Theta is the most energy-rich world. Okay, then Trappist 1b. Actually, hell, that's the one we've been talking about. Trappist 1b. It has 7 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. And do we really want the Gnokla to be such a major world? I think I'd rather wait for a bit and see how this terraforming goes. Maybe there will be some more energy technologies down the line. Now, I thought that we are hitting the limit because the year is nearly 2400s. But when we look at the Hurk stagnancy, you can see that the technology level is overwhelming, and I'm actually not sure. Oh, here I can see it. If I offer them a research agreement, you can see that they got more than 476 extra physics technologies and over 200 in both other technologies. So I think we have hundreds of years ahead of us in which we can play the game. So far this has been having a decent viewership, and some people are really enjoying the series. So I'm hoping to keep them happy for some more time. I'm just sending this ship around here to see if I can meet the Borg somewhere, and I've been definitely failing at that. I haven't seen a single Borg ship anywhere, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just stations. I don't know where they are or what they're doing, but they're expanding. Well, actually, the World War has been expanding recently while we keep fortifying Arcadia. With our fleet. You guys aren't building, right? No, not really, but what is this? It's a World War fleet. Well, let them have it. I'm also looking forward to seeing how the starbase will strengthen itself with the dedicated phaser 3, because I think that's one of the things that the starbase will benefit from, especially because it has an energy weapon array. And all of our light defense, yeah, they got some dedicated third phasers, so those will benefit greatly from it. So we'll see. We'll see. So with the Zindi, I think we are currently at maybe half of their ascension process. That's going to be a major thing for us, because as I mentioned, they are very small yet very powerful empire. They have a number of worlds, and having them in our territory will actually be quite beneficial. Then we will focus on the Nausicaans, because I know that they have yeah, they have a couple of really interesting planets that we might want to check out eventually. And some of their systems are very, very good. Oh, there's actually... Oh, ultimate mines. What the hell is that? This mining facility appears ancient yet highly efficient. Numerous drone bases and unique adaptation pods beyond common understanding are here, allowing for extremely high mineral production. Oh, that's awesome. So this world will be even better. The Nausicaans themselves have only one planet, I believe. So incorporating them will be... Actually, no, they got 2 colonies, but most... Yeah, all of them in the Nausicaan Prime. So we would just get a lot of territory with extra energy production and everything. Hopefully. Okay, this guy produces energy. This guy produces energy. This guy produces an insane amount of minerals. Energy here. Energy here. A lot of energy here. And the Necrocloud Nebula itself is super great system. Yeah, energy, minerals, research, quite a lot of things. Would probably move the Akali station away from here and put it somewhere like Tau Hydra or maybe Gamma 400. And the Iota Leones could be put to Gamma Doradus. We'll see. Did the Charnites end their war with the Klingons? I don't know if I spoke about that, but the Klingons are having a huge problem with the Klingon Cardassian invasion from the parallel universe. I think the Klingons might lose their war very soon. We'll see how that goes. Oh, and there was also a question about the Shellyax. The Shellyax themselves prefer desert planet? Yes, they prefer desert. And it's true, they are slaving despots, but I don't know if fighting them is something we really want to do. It would maybe be a good war to impose our ideology on them, but it would be a major war because they're hardly as weak as we might think they are. We do have a number of research technologies that are useful for us. Yeah, it might not be as easy as the game makes us think. In the real game, the Shellyak, or the real fictional world, that's kind of hard to say. I wanted to say in the real world, but in the real fictional world, the Shellyak were xenophobic, seclusion-like people that the Federation had no contact with. They just signed a treaty and then kept to themselves. I think they are also not non-organic. They are xenophobe, materialist, authoritarian, desert preference. They're silicon life forms, okay. Repugnant. Habitability increase, army health increase, leader lifespan increase. Growth is slower, but desert habitability 90%, arid and savanna habitability, tropical habitability, Q variable habitability, demon habitability. Okay, so they inhabit various planets that we do not like. Cassitonian. Huh, interesting. Interesting indeed. So we will soon have enough minerals to upgrade another... Yeah, I'll have to focus on that, strictly, on upgrading our shipyards and making sure that they... Yeah, and bastions and everything. Thing, the naval capacity does not... Oh, wait, the cost and upkeep. What do we have as a trade building cost? Patrol frigate cost. Unrest, monthly unity. Do we have a person? Yes, we do. Okay, we're getting more experience. We will get us some more energy production. We can look forward to... you're 70. But your Trill... I think the Trill have a longer lifespan than humans. And we can look at extra extra 8% resource production, and we have 8% would be actually decent. That would be about 100 extra energy and 100 extra minerals. What about the unity? How far are we? Okay, we need 2 more before we can go ahead and get something extra. Fleet commandment. I'm gonna go with the diplomatic corps, I think, because this will increase our trust cap and the diplomatic corps will increase opinion by 30. So I think that's actually kind of useful, and if we want to incorporate Nausicans, Iridians and Rigelians, I think we will need that. So far, they're cordial with us, but Migration Treaty. I don't know if Rigel is actually... I think Rigel is a part of the Federation in the Star Trek universe. Well, okay, I'm gonna let it run and get back to you folks when I have some news. Did we clear out all the systems here? I think we did, didn't we? Yeah, and we don't have any running things. No, just a minor mandate. Okay, rivalry and rivalry. Okay, I'll be back. Well, our research treaty with the Nausicaan, or the trade deal with the Nausicans regarding the research has ended, and now unless we do something, we will be hemorrhaging their trust. So we can either do it like this and just make them happier, or I can give them something more. Okay, they don't want Trivium D. Do we even have Trivium D? We do have Trivium D. We have quite a lot of things. Prosperity, or could transfer them a system. Oh, you will give me 5 for that. Screw you. So 18 for 10 years. I think that's worth it. Should make them slightly happier and keep increasing the trust of us. Okay, that's happier, and the trust will increase monthly. Good. So that's actually working. Why is it? Oh, by the trade agreement. Okay. So we're getting to neutral. Well, they still don't like us, but I don't mind that as much. We still need to incorporate the Zindi. I'm hoping that soon we will get enough influence to be able to go with the medium, pardon me. The T is so strong. Medium intensity talks in which we gain some 18% or something of their incorporation per the 2-year decade. Now, when we look at the Iranians, we're increasing their trust of us, and they kind of like us, so that's pretty good. They're cordial. I think that the Rigelians are cordial as well, which might, that might very much allow us to join their alliance soon. Oh, I can't protect the Nausicans. Well, I don't think that the Klingons would do any shit with them now, because look at that, they're really losing that war. Can we see the...
We are ready.
War status. Offensive war. Yeah, defender war, exhaustion 94%. I think they're gonna surrender very soon. We'll see what that's gonna end up like. And the Romulans are at war with the Morales states. So I'm interested in seeing how that will fan out. I still haven't encountered any Borg ships anywhere, so it's kind of a bummer. But on the other hand, I have managed to start the upgrade of the Mestros system station. So I guess that's gonna increase the upkeep of the ship, of the station, but eventually it's gonna give us armor hit points 25,000, 20 evasion minus 100. It's gonna give us some modules, so I'm gonna go with the naval teapot increase. We really need to take that down. 116% is actually incredibly crazy even for me, but it keeps us safe, you know. I was also wondering about Bajor, because Bajor was considered in the Star Trek War as a potential world for... Oh, we're not joining the Federation within the Council. So we still might get them into a coalition and get them as a member world. Well, they get only 2 systems, but it would be kind of fun to see if we can get them. Actually, Antenna... Oh, that's Antenadian Shoals. Salai clutches down there. Man, the Tolians are in such a mess. Such a mess. Technology-wise, we're doing good, so I'm happy. Data has got to the level 4. Actually, I don't know if he has... He's 94. I'm hoping that we won't get a message that he died. I hope that he has, as an android, that he has like plus 9,999 years in lifespan. Okay, the 4th fleet that's protecting Arcadia has not been reinforced in some time, and I'm happy with that, to be honest. I don't want more ships at this point. Plus the World War seems to be able to fight the Borg all. Actually no, we can see Bass System in Java, and they got their capital, World War Prime. But they control it only slightly. Borg invasion, yeah, they're super exhausted with this war, but oh, look at that. And finally they're creating a sort of hegemonic star empire, because I kind of hate how they got a chunk here and chunk here. I know that the Borg probably don't care. They consider the entire universe theirs, but it would be kind of fun. I'm kind of sad though that the Dominion is not a bit more active, because they should be. But I think this all comes from the difficulty where we managed to build such a humongous empire, yet they did not.